Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another First Flight Kick Off. Today, we have a really special project because of two reasons. First, we have St. Valentine's this month, exactly next Wednesday, and also because this first flight was provided by one of our community members. So this is going to be the first flight which is going to be provided by the community for the community. So let's get started, shall we? As always, let me share my screen and talk about what this first flight is about. So let me actually present this. Give me a second. And here we are. So, again, as this month it's St. Valentine's, we are going to be hosting a themed St. Valentine's first flight for you, newcomer auditors, or even experienced ones, to level up your skills as smart contract auditors and security researchers. So, again, as I said, this is provided by Nocto, one of our community members, and the code is, of course, full of bugs and vulnerabilities for you to be able to catch them up and earn some nice experience for your Codehouse profile. And of course, get experience in general as auditor. As always, don't forget to check out the documentation. I'm going to actually share this on the chat so you can go straight and open this link for the Codehouse contest. And let me also show this on the screen. Okay. So this project has an ends log of 233. The ends log means number on lines of code. This metric is really important because in your journey becoming a smart contract auditor and researcher, this number is going to give you a great idea on how complex a project could be, and you can decide how much you are going to charge for your services as an auditor. And give me a second because it seems I have a guest here and I need to get rid of. No, please. Sorry for that. Now, let's go to the code. Um, the usual process, I mean, the process you are going to always follow is go down, I mean up, and view the repo and clone this app. So don't forget to clone this into your local environment. I'm going to also pin this on the chat. And you have to clone the repo and compile it using the make command. I'm going to assume that you already know how to do this, so I'm going to go straight ahead and explain the details of this project. Let me open Visual Studio Code over here. I was actually double checking the code right now, so let's go to the README file. So again, don't forget to check out how much experience, how many, never mind. The amount of experience you are going to get for each finding, the complexity of the project, and then what the project is about. So let's read. Valentine's Day is approaching, and with that, it's time to meet your soulmate. We created the Soulmate Protocol, where you can mint your shared soulbound NFT with an unknown person and get love tokens as a reward for staying with your soulmate. A staking contract is available to collect more love because if you get love, well, you are going to receive love. And I don't know if I sound cringe saying that, but well, never mind. I already did, so let's continue. We have several smart contracts for this project. The first one is the Soulmate contract or soulmate.soul. This is the contract which is going to pair you or pair the user with another random wallet. First, we have a function called mint soulmate token, where you are going to mint the soulbound NFT. You are going to be assigned to someone who is waiting for a soulmate, or you'll be be waiting for a soulmate to be assigned to you. This depends on how many transactions the protocol is receiving. So if you are the first one, well, you are going to have to wait until someone else joins, and that person probably would be assigned to you. And if you came later, you are going to probably be assigned to someone which is already waiting to be assigned as your soulmate. We have this soulmate function, which you can see which soulmate is related to which other soulmate. It means which address is related to another address, and it returns address 0 if the soulmate haven't been assigned yet. Then we have write message in shared space. I'm going to show you this later on the actual code, but you can share some love messages with your soulmate using that shared space on the blockchain. And finally, it seems that love can be hard, and even if it's your soulmate, you have the option to get divorced. So it means that you can just stop having a soulmate if that's possible somehow. Then we have the love token. This is the ERC20 token given to the soulmates. The initial supply is distributed into two contracts for the vault.sol. So the vault.sol distributes this to the airdrop.sol. The airdrop is the contract which is going to be providing these tokens once per day to each soulmates couple, and the staking sol, which is the place that couples can put their soulmate tokens and start earning more with time. We have the airdrop token, the airdrop contract, sorry. Once you have a soulmate, you can claim 1 token a day, as I already said. And these just have a main function called claim, which allows only those with a soulmate to collect 1 love token per day. Both soulmates can collect 1 per day, aka 2 per day per couple. The staking.sol, again, this is the contract which is going to allow you to earn more love tokens by putting the ones you already have. You can deposit the token, withdraw the tokens, and claim the rewards for that staking pool. The example set here is that if you deposit 1 token for 1 week, you are going to earn 1 love token. If you deposit 7 tokens for 2 weeks, you are going to earn 14 love token rewards. Then we have the vault. This is only responsible to holding those assets and splitting from those contracts the staking.sol and the airdrop.sol. And this is kind of like the basic rundown of what the project is about. I mean, I'm just explaining what is the narrative behind it. You have a contract which allows you to find your soulmate. Once you have a soulmate, you can claim a NFT or a ERC20, sorry, once per day. And then you can also invest those ERC20 tokens and keep earning more with your soulmate. However, if you think that the love is not good enough with your partner, you can get divorced, but not without some complications and risk. So let's talk about more about the auditor perspective, more how you can start finding bugs, vulnerabilities, and security breaches on this project. But before, let me check the let me check the chat, and it seems we have already found an exploit. Feeling good. Congratulations, 80. We hope you found a lot more. So let's continue then. What's the first thing you might do as a contract, as a security researcher, sorry, or as an auditor? First, let's check up about what is the status on the testing. So let me open a new terminal over here, and let's run our always trust forge coverage. Let's wait until this to compile. Or it seems that we have some interesting warnings over here. It might be a good clue or a good starting point to start finding vulnerabilities, or maybe not. It's up to you to decide. So we have this coverage chart, which is explaining us how many or how many of the functions on this contract is covered by tests. Remember that in order for you to be sure that a smart contract works as expected, you need to make individual tests for each one of your functions, and all of these tests can be found on, of course, the test folder. However, if you have, let's say, 100% of the functions covered, does it mean that this is safe, that this couldn't be vulnerated? Well, that's not the case, and you already know so. Most of times, vulnerability came from situations that the developer or the person creating the smart contracts wasn't able to predict. So, for example, once I have this basic rundown of, okay, these are the tests, I can start doing some things like running a static analysis tool such as Slither or preferably Adderine, which is our own tool. And you can also start using extensions like, let's say, Solidity Metrics, which is going to give you a better understanding on the structure of the project. So once you have this extension installed, you can go to the source code and let's check, for example, the Soulmate, the love token. Let's right click and you go down Solidity Metrics. This is going to generate something like this, which is going to give you a really rundown of all these smart contracts, the lines of code, the complexity. You are going to have graphs. You're going to have information about how many imports this has, how many interfaces, libraries, functions which are payable this contract has. And this is going to help you to understand how the project works on the technicalities. And also, something important that most attackers actually start paying attention to is to this. First, this love token seems to import or seems to have inheritance for a ERC20 token. So if this ERC20 token has some sort of vulnerability, it means that also the love token is going to have a vulnerability. And also we have this chart about which functions this contract calls. This function init value calls an approve function and min function, and we have something called love token unauthorized, which by experience I can say that this is an error. So once you have all this rundown, once you have your tools like Adderine to make some tests over here and there, then you need to start thinking out of the box. How can I start making this smart contract to do something that the smart contract is not supposed to do? For example, I'm going to go to the Soulmate contract, and here we have this mint soulmate token, which as you already know, is going to find you a soulmate and is going to mint one NFT for both of the participants, which are going to be soul bonded from now then. But we have this get divorce function. And this get divorce function is assigning to a new mapping, divorced, the value of true. So does it mean that if I get divorced, then I cannot participate any longer on the min soulmate token? It means that if I got divorced, I cannot find a new soulmate? And if so, how can I take advantage of this? Can I take a soulmate, then get divorced, and then do it over and over again to start getting more and more tokens that I'm supposed to do? Can I make something to make the staking protocol to give me more tokens that the staking protocol is supposed to give me? Or can I make the airdrop to don't give me one token just each 24 hours, but to give me more tokens on a shorter period of time? These kind of questions is the ones you have to start asking yourself in order to understand, okay, this is how I can start breaking this smart contract. Remember, at the end, most of these vulnerabilities or securities breaches came on situations that the developer haven't taken consideration, and of course, make them to lose a lot of assets. And as this is a first light, you know that this contract is full of vulnerabilities and security concerns that you might address. So let me actually put myself on the first screen and let me check to the chat. Let's say, what do you mean to get divorced? Okay, let me show this. What do you mean in get divorcer? There is and should be no way to undo this action. Which action? Well, it's supposed to look at this. Let me go to the Soulmate contract. If you go to start minting a new Soulmate token, this is going to review if your soulmate, your assigned soulmate, is the address of 0. It means that if this is not true, it means you already have a soulmate. But the get divorce function does not actually update that. So we have two options here. Can I get divorced and be pairing over and over again? Or if I got divorced, it means that I cannot, as I said, get a new soulmate ever again. Because as you can see here, this is not updating that soulmate address of or soulmate of address. Are messages in shared space? Are the messages in shared space meant to be private? Let's check that out. Let's go to the, I think that, which contract it was? Give me a second. I think it's on the, no. I cannot remember which exactly the messages were held because it's a specific contract. I think it's on the, okay, give me a second. I actually forgot where the messages were because you have some array with love messages you can send to your soulmate, but I cannot find where are they right now. I could say that I think is that in the end of the soulmate.soul. So, okay, this is a shame because I cannot remember where those were. But yes, the logic behind this is that you can actually um, send love messages to your soulmate, and these are supposed to be on some of these contracts, but I cannot find this contract. Sorry for that. If someone on the chat already found it and can tell me, I would appreciate it a lot because I cannot find it. Is under soulmate.soul. Soulmate.soul. Okay, maybe I'm not checking that properly. Cancel allow soulmates with the same to recharge space. Okay. Ah. The point is that this smart contract should have an array with the messages, which, these ones. So you can send nice words, sweetheart, darling, my dear, and honey. So this send message, let me go, token write, read message in shared space. Write message in shared space is an external function which is going to refer to an ID, the ID of the owner of the NFT, and the ID of the message. And is going to emit an event, written message in shared space, which, as you can see, is not private. Thanks for that question. The code is made. The code is made to be difficult for any other people outside of the couple to read it, but no, share message is not private. Yeah, that's the same. Thing is at the end of Solomon. Yeah, sorry for that, for taking me that long to actually find that part of the nice words. I completely forgot where the smart contract was. Do we have any other questions on this about how maybe the code functions or how to maybe submit finding? I'm going to wait just a second here, and if not, we can safely finish this first flight. And on the meantime, I also forget to mention that we have known issues, and it says eventually the counter used to give IDs will reach the type uint256 max, and no more will be able to be minted. This is a known issue and can be ignored. It seems that we don't have any data overflow protection on this. But again, known issues that you can safely ignore. this. Thank you, Abrice, for the answer. Actually, a lot, because I was really lost trying to find where this was. And yep, I think that was it. This is this week first flight. Don't forget that you have 1 week to participate on this project. Actually, the time frame is to be due to February 15. So you have until next Thursday to participate, find vulnerabilities, and earn some experience points as Codehouse member. So, yep. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for participating. Thanks all for your comments. Sorry for me being that slow finding that part of the code. And yep, that was it. Enjoy this Lovers Month and enjoy your Valentine's Day. And we hope you earn a lot of experience points participating on this first flight. Don't forget that if you have any other questions, that if you have any other concerns or other things that you want to talk about, you can always reach on our social media, especially on Discord. And again, this first slide was provided by one of the community members. So maybe if you want to participate and also have one of your own, one first slide provided by you, let us know and we can discuss that possibility. Thank you very much. We hope you submit to this first slide and to hone up your auditor skills. I'm going to see you on the next one and is a goodbye for me. See ya.